All right, guys, welcome to Sosa Soapbox. This is my very first episode. I'm excited. For everybody who's their first time following, just click like, add, share, all that good stuff. Subscribe. Definitely going to have a lot of videos. I like to speak a lot. I'll have a lot of topics. So probably like 2 to 3 topics a week just to share information, keep everybody up to date on current events and stuff like that. Before we kick anything off, in the words of my boy Shannon Sharp, y'all see old Goat James up there? I'm a LeBron fan. So if you're not a LeBron fan, it's going to be rough for you to follow me. All right, so my very first episode, my very first topic, I wanted to talk about human trafficking. It has been, I think human trafficking is probably the number one subject that's been coming across all social media, all media headlines, just one of the top things that's just going on in the world, not the U.S., just the world, period. So what is human trafficking? Human trafficking is pretty much the use of like fraud or force or coercion to obtain like some type of labor or commercial sex. A lot of the times we see victims, they're small children. Majority of the time they're women. Very, very few you see males that are victim of human trafficking. A lot of times with human trafficking, a lot of people use it in correlation to sex trafficking. So whenever you have people that are interested in sex trafficking, they pretty much look for very attractive people, people who suffer like from depression or low self-esteem and stuff like that, because it's easy for those people who prey and who support or endorse trafficking, period. Those are the kind of people that they look for. We also have people who are victims. Like we see a lot of people who are victims of it, but they necessarily don't respond to the ones that are abused through human or sex trafficking. A lot of times you see people who have like maybe like severe scars or burns and stuff like that. Those are people who have probably been victims of trafficking. Now, then there are some cases that some people who are victims of sex trafficking, they brag about it, because it kind of correlates into like human trafficking and sex trafficking and then prostitution. To a certain point, if a person feels like, hey, this person is being cooperative, they kind of work their way up in the scale, so it doesn't go to being from abuse. It goes to like basically like an occupational hobby. With that being said, I just want everybody to know, like, this is probably one of the fastest growing crimes in America. Like, I was I said in the beginning of the year, I wasn't aware of how serious this was. And through social media, especially Facebook, a lot of my friends have been telling me like, hey, Nico, this has been going on, but you know, with certain things that's going on in the world, they're making more of awareness now. So with that being said, that's why I had to touch on it. It was like at night, I think about it. I have 3 kids, 3 small kids. And it's one of the things that I think about a lot. I have sisters, I have cousins, a lot of females in my family. Not saying I'm not thinking about the guys, but it's just more common with, you know, small children and female. And I'm from North Carolina. So North Carolina, as I was looking at the statistics, is the top 6 state in 2019 as far as human sex trafficking. As far as the statistics, I know worldwide, it grosses about $150 billion a year. So a lot of people understand that people are shipped from border to border and used as like you said, work slaves, sex slaves, and stuff like that. In the U.S. alone, it's $32 billion a year that human trafficking generates. Almost 600 to 800K a year are sought off from here, from like Mexico and other places like that. They're bought here to even be like, you know, slaves or sex slaves, or be into human trafficking. 50% of those are children. As I mentioned earlier, the top states, California is possibly like the most common of human trafficking. If you watch a lot of movies and stuff like that, California, the coast, you get the ones from Asia and stuff like that. A lot of ports and stuff like that. It's very common. Cali, up north like Detroit, Michigan, Georgia, Atlanta is a very big one because a lot of people traffic through 95, I-10, all that stuff. They hit those major highways. Nevada, definitely very big one. Las Vegas, a lot of people get lost in the sauce. Like everybody thinks Vegas is, all fun and games, but a lot of times that's one of the most popular places to traffic is because a lot of people are, having a good time and they're tourists and they're thinking people are leading them into the right direction or taking them to a place to help them enjoy their traveling experience. And little do they behold, or little do they know that they could end up in some type of warehouse or in some type of container being transported to, south of the border. That's one of the things I wanted to bring awareness to people about that. Sorry. So, how do we prevent it? That's what I want to know. Like, what are ways that we could prevent human trafficking? Pretty much I came with a few ways. I think I would inform my kids of, how to prevent it. Even some of the adults. We have to inform people about it. I know where I'm from. I'm from North Carolina. So a lot of people, where I'm from, if it's not an issue, if it's not being brought up, if it's not being talked about, we don't bother. We don't care about it. It's just like one of those things, like human sex trafficking. Growing up, never knew anything about it. But as I began to watch movies, matter of fact, when I was in college, The Wire was my favorite show. And a lot of people who followed The Wire, season 2, everybody know that was the thing with the docks up in Baltimore, bringing in those Russian girls or bringing in those European girls, bringing them in damn containers and stuff like that. And those girls would be in those containers for hours with no oxygen and all that other stuff. Bring them over, give them heroin, get them addicted to drugs, make money off of them, sex slaves. It's a new movie that came out recently about a couple years ago called Brooklyn Finest. Definitely another one. Traffic. If you watch, television, or if you have children that are able to, understand that, definitely show them movies and inform them on stuff like that. Another way we can also stop or hinder or prevent human trafficking is always keep IDs. If you have children or friends or family, those geotags or dropping pins or locations and stuff like that. Just awareness, period, is a good way or key way to stop, or help prevent human trafficking. Now, first off, let's not be blinded. Let's not be misinformed about human trafficking. It can happen to any of us. It can happen to our friends, families, friends of family. A lot of time, like I mentioned before, people, if it doesn't bother them or if it doesn't affect them immediately, they don't become aware or they don't try to educate themselves on it. I personally, I'm big on it now. And this will not be my last time speaking about this subject or, bringing awareness to it. But I thought this would be a good topic to, break the ice with my, my new quote unquote podcast or whatever. I would also like some feedback. If you guys will leave comments and stuff like that, just let me know some information that y'all know about human trafficking or some things that you would like me to speak about. I'll be more than glad to do it in my next episode about it. And just inform people, because that's what this is for. It's not to, get up here and look cool or, just get up and jabber. I do things to inform people about opportunities to help ourselves. No matter the color, race, religion, or whatever like that. I just believe in helping people, period. And just, prevent things and, try to make a better way for our life, for ourselves, and our children. So pretty much, until next time, guys, just, click add, subscribe, follow. Like I said, you got any comments or anything like that, I appreciate the feedback. There will be no hurt feelings here. It's just something I'm testing out, new waters. Until then, y'all guys, peace.